In our house, when it comes to pulled pork, we prefer a more Carolina style with a crispy, crackling skin, rather than something more like a competition style with a sweet barbecue rub covered in barbecue sauce. And I've made that kind of whole hog style pulled pork in the past on this channel using the direct heat cooker, the Chub box, but you can achieve similar results using an offset. And to be honest, I do that kind of 50% of the time. So I'm going to show you how to make crispy, crackling skin pulled pork, Carolina style-ish on the offset, and in my opinion, the best kind of pulled pork you can make at home. And to make crispy crackling skin, you need a pork shoulder or pork butt or pork collar with the skin on. And I picked this one up especially because I thought it was quite interesting and a good way to visually show you where the shoulder sits versus the pork butt. You can see this is the shoulder part, the lower part of the shoulder. And quite often in the UK, this is what you're going to find if you ask for a pork shoulder, as opposed to the typical more American style cut, the pork butt, which sits above this, typically fattier, more square in shape, and consists of the pork collar. It might vary in different countries, but generally that's how it works. So when people talk about pork butts and pork shoulders, they're not necessarily the same thing. And it's not just an American versus UK terminology kind of thing. So we've got our pork shoulder from Tesco's, totaling at £6.63 for this nice cut. So we're pretty much not going to do anything to this inside the house. Pretty much everything is going to be done outside on the smoker. Again, you can just see where that leg would have continued downwards. This fat in here is the stuff that's gonna make this some of the best pulled pork you'll ever have. All of that is gonna stay. We've got that nice skin on top. It is scored, which is a little bit annoying, but it will do fine. And we're gonna take this out to the offset, get it seasoned up and smoke it. So we've got our Franklin pit fired up today with some nice oak wood. We're gonna get our pork shoulder on and cover the skin in table salt, and way more table salt than you think you might need. And this is going to do a couple of things. Firstly, it's going to draw out moisture from the skin, which is going to lead to a much more crispy crackling at the end. It's going to season the skin, and it's going to protect the skin from getting too rubbery, too dark, and kind of preserving it a little bit until we want to actually cook it and crisp it up at the end. All of this salt is going to turn into one cohesive piece at the end that's just going to flake off, so we're not going to eat it all. It's purely there to help us with the end product. So we're going to cook it about 250-ish and cook for a couple of hours. And we're going to be using the Chef's Temp Pro Temp Plus to measure the internal temperature of this pork shoulder, as well as measuring the ambient temp of the pit. It's a pretty cold day and I'm going to be mostly working inside today, so I can just monitor the temperature of the Franklin from inside the kitchen on my phone rather than trying to see the analog temperature from my back door. So we're about 2 hours into this cook. You can see that this salt is starting to flake a little bit, and it will quite easily fall off if I touch it too much. So nice color on here, not even remotely close to being cooked, but I thought I'd check in on it. There we go, a little bit of movement. We're gonna keep that on there, protect that skin, dry that surface out, keep cooking. So while the pork is cooking, we are going to make up an Eastern North Carolina vinegar sauce. So you've probably seen me make something similar on the channel a few times, but I'm going to show you how I make it up. And for me personally, this is my favorite type of sauce to have on pulled pork. I'm really not a fan of pulled pork smothered in thick, sweet barbecue sauce. And I really love the tang of the vinegar sauce. And I'm going to be putting it together in this deli pot, but ultimately it's going to be put onto the hob and cooked or warmed through to melt the sugar. But the reason why I'm putting it together in this deli pot is because I kind of do this visually, eyeball it, I know what it looks like, I know the amounts, and so I can measure the eyeballed amounts in grams and put that in the recipe description below. So this is going to be an eyeballed recipe, but I will tell you exactly how much each of those things weighed when I made this up today. So we're going to go in first off with some apple cider vinegar, some white vinegar, some Texas Pete's hot sauce, some brown sugar, some crushed red chilies, some black pepper, touch of honey for consistency, and a good healthy pinch of salt that we can adjust at the end. We'll get this mixed round and give it a taste. Right, so I had a taste of that and it is definitely too sweet. I'm gonna go in with some more apple cider vinegar, more Texas Pete's. A couple of Carolinians have called me out in the past for using ketchup, but after tasting this, I think I just prefer ketchup in my Carolina style vinegar sauce. Yeah, that's tasting really good. Pour this into here. We'll get this onto the heat, melt that sugar. That's gonna bring everything together and it should be good. So after a total cook time of about 8 hours, this pork shoulder is feeling nice and tender. The chef's temp has done its job. This let me know when it got to around 190, 195 Fahrenheit. I just used my instant read thermometer to spot check it. It's feeling nice and tender. I probably wouldn't pull it now if I weren't gonna do this next step, as it could be slightly more tender. This salt crust is flaked off mostly, and if I'm being honest, a lot of this stuff fell off in the cooker. As you can see, this skin's on quite a slope, so a lot of this stuff probably fell off a couple of hours ago. All we need to do now is crisp this skin up. So typically, if I'm doing whole hog style on the chub box, I will flip this over and cook with that direct heat, that bottom up heat, and crisp up this skin. But this video is about how I do it, and I'm just using the offset and how I do it when I'm at home. So I'm going to be completely honest with you and show you how I do that. And there are plenty of different ways that you could. My preferred way is to take your pork shoulder or pork butt that's 95% of the way cooked with a nice dried out but not yet crackly skin, and put this into a 150 degrees Celsius oven or 300 Fahrenheit oven and crisp it up. So we're going to put this into the oven, and an hour or so later, this stuff is rock solid. Real nice color on there. We've got nice tender meat underneath that will pull apart nicely. Crispy crackling on top. Let's make a sandwich. So this has been resting for a little bit. It's a little bit cooler now. First thing we're going to do is remove this crispy crust. And that is some beautiful crackling. And all that fat that's sat below is all rendered out. All this delicious, gooey, tender meat. This stuff right here has to be the best part. But before we pull into that, we're going to chop up this. And I'm just gonna cut it down into little bite-sized pieces. I'm gonna have to eat some of that. Honestly, it's like eating caramel. It's so sweet, that fat is so sweet. We're gonna get into this. Just look at that, how tender and how moist that is. And these little dark bits on the outside, they look pretty burnt, but they're nice and thin. They're nice and soft as well. Anything that's a little bit too crispy is gonna get soaked in that vinegar sauce anyway. Look at that. Gonna get some of that vinegar sauce all over. And just go through and chop this up a little bit. Don't want any strands of pork too long. And I really hope that you can see just how moist that is now. Give it a taste. Oh yeah, hit that with a little bit more of that vinegar sauce. Obviously the inside of this pork isn't seasoned. Didn't even season the outside of it. So we're kind of relying on the salt in this vinegar sauce and the salt from the crackling to kind of do all the seasoning for us. That is looking very good. Look how moist that looks. That's about right. And for me, I like to keep it kind of simple. I like a Martin's potato bun. And no, I don't toast it. Some people got annoyed at me the last time I did that, but I like it soft. And then top it off with some of those cracklings, maybe a little bit more pork in there. And that is a perfect whole hog style sandwich, Carolina style whole hog sandwich. And I know this is definitely not authentic whole hog. Got all the right elements. I mean, I finished this in the oven and I know some people will be upset by that, but it's gonna be a good sandwich, I'm telling you now. Take a bite. That is so good. I'm gonna break a tooth. That wasn't the fattiest of pork shoulders, but I took care of it whilst it was on the offset. It's about as juicy as it could have been. Because we didn't take the skin off, all of that fat didn't just render out into the bottom of the pit. It was mostly contained under that skin throughout the whole cook, and then we just rendered it all out and crisped up the skin at the end. So this is a far juicier pile of pulled pork than you would get had we smoked it like a normal skin off pork shoulder or pork butt. If you make this sauce and you taste it and it tastes way too spicy and way too acidic, by the time you cut it into your fatty pulled pork, all of that strength disappears. And you could just add some more if you want to your sandwiches or tacos or whatever it is you're doing with it. A juicy pulled pork sandwich with vinegar sauce with really crispy, crunchy crackling in there as well. Honestly, it doesn't get much better than this. And yeah, this is just how I do it. A lot of the time I'll be cooking these on the chub box, but I've even done them in the pellet grill where my wife's wanted pulled pork with crispy skin and I haven't really had the time to do that. Chuck a pork shoulder or a skin on pork butt onto the pellet grill, cover it in salt, smoke it till it's tender, chuck it in the oven to crisp up the skin, and you've got pulled pork that's better than, in my opinion, most just standard pulled porks covered in barbecue sauce. So easy to do, not authentic, but not everything I cook is. I could eat this pulled pork all day. I probably will. So yeah, that's how I make really easy crispy skin pulled pork to kind of replicate that Carolina whole hog style. By far my favorite way to have pulled pork. The addition of the crispy skin just takes it to another level. So if you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, do all those things. It really, really helps me out. And if you plan on making this, please let me know. Carolinians, I'm sorry again, and I'll see you next week for another video.